right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever the hell it is, wherever you are. Let's get that across. And say g'day and welcome to another Hell Let Loose competition stream. This one is an APAI match. I had no intention at all of being able to do a match today. And the main reason is I'm doing a whole bunch of other stuff, unfortunately, that is not computer related for a change, I guess. But we were short and an opportunity came up this morning that I was able to find the time. So here I am. I'm doing a match. I'm doing the CHMA versus 10th Mountain Division match. And let me tell you, I'm kind of looking forward to this one. I really was disappointed when all of the teams picked 10 o'clock on lunchtime on a Sunday to do their matches, like every single freaking round game. And just subtle dig there, guys. Pick another time. Anyway, fortunate enough to actually get onto this particular match. It just came up this morning that there was a shortage of streamers because we are stretched this weekend a little bit because all the matches at the same time. So I went, look, I'll jump on, I'll do it. And it's cool that it's this one because I cast these guys in the, what was it, the seasonal month or so ago. So I'm kind of excited to see what happens. No, it might have been the HCA actually. I'm kind of, the first time I cast CHMA and 10th Mountain was in comp. I've cast 10th Mountain before and I've cast CHMA before, but never together like that. And so I'm just, honestly, I think you can probably get the vibe here. I'm genuinely excited because 10th Mountain have come a long way since the start of everything. So have CHMA, don't get me wrong. And there's a few little bits and pieces here about this. First of all, CHMA's coming off the back of a loss last weekend in the seasonal, which surprised me. I didn't get to cast that match, but it was a surprise for me that they lost that one. And so they're going to be looking to recover from that, I guess. The second part of it is that CHMA have got another match tonight, which I'm actually casting that one in the seasonal. God, I'm excited about that too. But that's a make or break match for them. If they win tonight, they move on to the next round. If they lose tonight, they're out of the comp. That's tonight's match. 10th Mountain, of course, are at a different point in time there, and they're still looking to beat CHMA first of all. So they'll be super keen to show CHMA, well, you know what, guys, you might have beat us the first time, but watch this space. Now, I watched 10th Mountain, I've cast a couple of matches of theirs now, and you can see they're absolutely improving, and it's really, really good to see. And I talk to Colonel Matthews all the time, who is the commanding officer of the 10th Mountain. Just going to bring up my main display here just quickly. I'm actually in game at the moment. 10th are just sort of mucking around here. We're waiting for CHMA to come in. Holy fuck me, that was loud. Let's drop that sound down a little bit in game. Anyway, yeah, these guys, I just actually quickly got on and checked that the server was okay, and then I said to the good colonel there, hey, look, mate, I'll take a picture for you if you like, and they jumped at it, so I just quickly did that for them. This is the 10th at the moment while we wait for CHMA to come in. We are still, look, we're another 5 minutes out from stuff, so don't stress here, folks. I'm going to show you a couple of things here before we actually start today too. So this is the crew from 10th. There's quite a few names that I know in there now that I've seen before. Airbag's hurt. Seen him all over. Good player. Scout Cub, definitely one of their good players as well that I've watched at least anyway. Maybe on his good days. How's that? Who knows? There's so many different names in the comps now. But Scout Cub is one of their hardest working players as far as I understand. Now, who else have we got here that I should point out to you? Ikbella, definitely one of their hard working players. Nerdig. I've seen Nerdig around quite a bit too. Not seeing Evo Platypus there today, unless I missed his name. Evo is a hard worker for their clan. But also, I think with the APAI, this isn't their premium comp team. This is their secondary comp team, if I remember from what the colonel was telling me. Let me just have a quick check, see if that was correct. It's just I spoke to him about it recently, but yeah, they had a second group that you know, they were trying to bring up. I think it was these guys. Geez, I might be wrong here, but anyway, we are fighting on sainte-mere-eglise today. But let's have a quick look. Let's get rid of that monitor and let's go across and look at the group pools so far. This is after week 3. This is where we're at. So 10th, of course, 2 losses in a row now. So they're really, really going to be looking to bring something to CHMA today. CHMA have got 1 win and 1 loss, and 1 bye in there. Or, you know, the byes. Yep, they're byes. We can see that GBI have done okay, 2 for 1. And OPBHB doing very well, 2 wins, no losses. BR1, 3 wins. Not bad there either. I think I've cast one of their matches already. They play pretty well. TFK, 3 losses, boys. But look, they've put up a good hard fight each time. I've cast a couple of their matches as well, and they've really been entertaining to watch. Even with a loss, it's been a good match. I don't know about anybody else, but if I have a good match and I lose in Hell Let Loose, I'm actually still reasonably pleased because it's, it was a good fight and I enjoyed myself, and that should be what it's all about. Hey, I don't believe we're playing for sheep stations. Someone can correct me perhaps later on that. And then of course, yeah, down here, Sev H, no wins yet, so they'll be looking to pick up their win rate. Okay, so it is sainte-mere-eglise. We're going to just quickly talk about that. I don't have a co-caster or anything today, and mainly that's because it was all sort of slapped on very quickly this morning at the last minute. So I raced out and did all the transition stuff and all the video stuff for it because we have to make that ourselves, as it should be. But finding time to do that and actually having the skills to do it. So I managed to squeeze that in, but no co-caster this morning. I didn't bother chasing anyone. I am looking for a co-caster for tonight's match. If someone would like to come and join me, because I have that all solo, so there's a spare spot on the other team for a webcam, for webcam and admin cam. So yeah, if someone's interested in actually coming along and joining me, please let me know in Discord, PM me, and I'll consider all applications. Okay, so sainte-mere-eglise. I mean, this is probably the map that everybody fights on most of the time in comp, isn't it? I made a joke last weekend that I think it's about 25% of all matches that I've cast are on this bloody map. It was so refreshing to see, was it Kursk the other day or some bloody place? And tonight's match, Purple Heart Lane, ladies and gentlemen, nighttime. So the good Purple Heart Lane, but Purple Heart Lane tonight. So keen for that. Anyway, this is sainte-mere-eglise. Let's talk about this right now. So the first 3 points, of course, Hospice, sainte-mere-eglise itself, and then the checkpoint down the bottom there. And as we've gone through many times before, we'll just say it quickly again. Sainte-mere-eglise itself, I actually watched 10th practicing just there before on this. Sainte-mere-eglise itself, the city area is hugely challenging. Because it's got so many different angles of attack, and you've got to dominate the church, but the cap point's sort of to the left of the church, and yeah, it's really interesting. Hospice up the top there, love watching fights up there because you've got all elements of this map. You've got open fields and closed building areas. What I find a lot of teams don't do very well is control the right-hand side of Hospice, the actual Hospice area itself. If you don't control that, you lose Hospice. That's how I feel. That's my opinion. I've watched it. I've got evidence of it. So that's something to keep in mind. Down the bottom, of course, there's checkpoint. A little bit different there because what you've got is 2 feeder lines that go straight into it. The channels from left and right. Especially if one of the teams gets either Massanda Creek or Rue de Gamborsville as their next cap point, it means they feed from one garrison to another. And you've got to, if you want to capture checkpoint, you've got to actually cut their lines of supply off. And of course, the other important area from checkpoint is the north of it, about half a grid square north there, where you can see there's 2 buildings. That's actually quite an important area to dominate. I'm just going to move away from these guys shooting each other. So yeah, that's sainte-mere-eglise. It's a bit of an interesting map, because it does have the variety. Once you get out of that center column area, of course, then all bets are off as to what the next point is, and they're very different. And we'll talk about those individually throughout the match. Like I'm talking about Massanda Creek Cemetery, Artillery Battery, Rue de Harras, Western Approach, and Rue de Gamborsville. What I have seen on this map recently are a few interesting things. First of all, the old one I bring up, which was Chimera, who, when they were fighting over Hospice, they did a blitzkrieg around through artillery battery to the cemetery and just rolled whoever it was they were fighting against that day, and it was a very good match. I've also seen teams lose their defense in the bottom right-hand corner there. If you haven't locked down your second column, Artillery Cemetery, Mathon, route to Harris, Western Approach, and route to Gamblesville, before you're focusing on the middle column, then you're opening yourself up to a blitzkrieg, the 1-2 tap. And what I mean is sector control. So let's say I've got Rue de Gamblesville as my second point as I'm moving across the map from left to right. If Rue de Gamblesville is my point, I want 4 garrisons in those 4 grid squares, because I need to. And you know, you might put one down the bottom center, might put one sort of left bottom mid, one maybe forward of the point a little bit, 50 or 100 meters forward, and then get your defensive line even further forward than that, and then one just sort of northwest of the point. Don't want anything on the friggin' point, because somebody's going to bomb that at some stage and get rid of it. And that's kind of the thought process there, so that if you lose one of those garrisons, you've got 3 others. If you lose 2, you've still got 2, and they're close enough that you can feed your troops back in. And let's not forget, people have got OPs as well. So, you know, it's... I get that recon, I do it, you know, run around the back lines and rip down all your garrisons, but if you haven't set up at least 4 garrisons in your 4 grid squares around your defensive point, then you're doing it wrong. So that should be the focus of the commander and or one squad leader. That's 35, 50s, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which way. All right, we're just starting to see the teams fill up here now. Anyway, that's a little bit of an interesting point I wanted to make there, because, you know, I've got a microphone, I can. No, because I think it's something I would love to see some of these teams pick up a little bit better. There's just some of that stuff's not happening very well. All right, where else are we at? Well, we've seen that. We've seen the flyovers. We've seen the logos. We're going to just have a quick look at the teams here. I'm just going to bring us across to the live screen now, so you can stop seeing me sitting here in a suit on a Sunday lunchtime, and I'm in a suit. All right, there we go. There's the main screen now, and these are the 2 teams. Now, VK is back as the commander of the team here, so that's a little bit interesting. And I just realised something. I need to turn off my other computer here. Those that have watched my streams recently will know that I've had a little bit of stress in the last couple of weeks with computer problems, as it turns out. Here it is. Wait for it. Let's get ourselves back across to this screen. Back across here. Here are the guilty parties, ladies and gentlemen. These 2 little babies here. One of those is kaput, and it didn't test bad for the first time I tested it, and then when I was testing RAM, and then I switched some stuff around, and then it was shit. So, and it's running fine since. So I know a lot of people have supported me on that, and I thank them for it, particularly Blue Rose Jelly, who took over the stream last weekend when my computer shit itself multiple times. I had a backup here for tonight's match, but as it turns out, I will not need it, so I'm pretty happy about that. So here's the teams anyway. We're looking at, let's have a talk now about the Chimera guys. And of course, I know most of the Chimera guys pretty damn well now after so many streams that I've done for them. Das Furor, he's one to watch. Absolutely no question there. Das is in amongst it. He will be most likely one of their attacking dudes. And you can see already he's in a solo squad there. So I expect to see Das Furor in the front lines doing frontline things. You know, setting up garrisons ready for the attack and all those sorts of things. So we'll watch him a bit in this match. Electro also usually is one of those, but he's in the squad here at the moment. Remember, anybody's interchangeable in any squads. It really matters not. People don't get too attached to that sort of stuff in comp because you have to be agile enough. Some of the other names to look out for. Brian died, aged 34, I think it is. He had an interesting Friday night fight. He was on Kursk in the one trench the whole time. Spherical, good player. Good to see him back and doing his thing. And Talk as well. Another one. Heavenly. We will expect Heavenly, Jonah, Historian, and Hidden in Shadows to be the defensive team. They usually are. We'll see what happens. They might get a change. But sometimes we don't focus enough on the defensive teams, defensive squads of both teams, because the action is more often than not somewhere forward, and we're only capturing one thing. But the defensive squads are very important. So we'll see what Heavenly and the crew there do. Here's Kanashi's not in a tank today. Woo, interesting, Kanashi. But there's Goose's squad, another good little squad there, of course. There's Pell in the traditional sniper role. I've been shot many times by Pell and shot him equal number of times, I truly believe. So we're trading well. Tank crew today, Entice, PTI's free, and Nightmares. Nice little tank crew there. I say PTI is free. PT is free. All right, and then Nagat squad here. This is an attacking squad. If I've ever seen an attacking squad, Mav and Jam and Panic and Milk in one squad together, there's no defense. They are an attacking squad. You see these guys come back though if there's a bit of trouble, but yeah. So, you know, it's nice to be at this point in the comp where I can actually talk in great detail about how these guys work. And I'm hoping to build my knowledge here on the 10th as well as we go. And the map's rolled, ladies and gentlemen. It's on. It's time. Sainte-mere-eglise, pronounced in a very Australian way. And let's see what our point is straight up. What have we got? What have we got? It is the city itself. Woo, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a bit of a pisser, this one. We are in the city centre and we are fighting for the right to control one church for starters. Let's get ourselves across there and have a good look at the feeder lines as well. It's very important we understand. Okay, so the feeder lines for it are up north. That's a bit interesting. So and they're both in the same position. So, all right, who's Fat Cam? Who is Fat Cam and why does he want to join my squad? Who is a Fat Cam and why is he wanting to join me? All right, I don't know. I don't want to be mucking around with other people's stuff. Oh, Gabatron, Crashy, g'day, gentlemen. Lovely to see you in chat. Obviously, the stream has gone live now, so yeah, there we are. So I just don't understand why I'm getting asked by Fat Cam to join. Yeah, anyway, they'll sort it out. I'm going to say no for now, and we'll just, you know, I don't want to be fucking around with that sort of stuff, guys. I'm sorry. Not while I'm streaming and not while I've already started. Okay, so we're talking about Route de Harras, sainte-mere-eglise and artillery battery. And so this is the feeder line stuff that we're talking about there. We're running that way. We'll have a quick look at what the teams have actually got here. So there's a truck down south and the recon tank as well. Not as much in the recon tank. Usually we see 4 or 5 in there. Medium in the middle. Remember, this is 35s. Okay, someone, rejoin. So Fat Sax is trying to join the squad. I don't think we really need that anyway. Anyway, so up the north here, of course, we've got PT's Free, Nightmare and Entice in the light tank, and then you know, a few guys in the truck there and a supply truck there as well. Now I'm going to race across here. Do what I do is quickly check what's going on over the other side here and see what these guys are set up. And you can see straight away they're running some recon down south. Okay, that's pretty cool. Where's that border though? Where's the border? Get ourselves on the border line. Right, we're going to race up the border. There we go. Beowulf in the truck there. Coming up through the middle here. Lots in the middle. Just have a quick look around here. There's shit tins here. Oh, that's the entire team. Oh, there's Almighty. Oh, there's your commander, ladies and gentlemen. Almighty what? Almighty Fallen. Okay, so Matthews is not the commander today, and that's probably good for him, actually, because he does a lot of that. There's the light tank in the middle there, too. The Steward, of course. A couple of dudes up the top here, but it looks like they're pushing a very central push. Oh, there's a recon tank up north, the Greyhound. Okay, so very central push straight up from 10th, whereas Chimera kind of... Well, they're spread everywhere. I'm expecting a little bit of a blitzkrieg here by the look at this. Thanks, Cheese, for saying I think it was HCA, and I think you're right. I think it was HCA that I first did Chimera and 10th Man. But we're away, ladies and gentlemen. You can see where Chimera are actually sending off, you know, their team. So spread around everywhere. A bit of pre-artillery. Might get a look-see at that a little bit more panoramic. We've had a look at the map now. Let's get ourselves in that panoramic view. We're just going to hold position here for a second and just see what happens. And let's see what we can spot. We'll draw our eye to movement. There's a truck over there at about the 10 o'clock position coming across now. There's a truck in the middle. There's another vehicle there as well. So 2 straight down the main road here. Those Chimera guys in the 10 o'clock position are just north of the main road up that way, whereas the 10th are coming in on the main road. Here's Historian on the back, ready to shoot a rocket. Not the best one for this because, of course, there's so many buildings in the way. Thanks, House Gangster just said 10th aren't on seasonal. There you go. So I'm getting my comps messed up there. It's actually the HCA that I first cast 20th and 10th. There you go. All right. Looks like the numbers from 10th are in early. They are in the church first, of course, because it's so far on the right. Bam, big kill up the north there. Not sure what that was, but that's down. Whatever it is, Chimera just nailed it. Chimera taking the South City area. Super important on Sainte-mere-eglise to take where Lone Wolf is there in the middle of the screen, because that's a great pushing point from left and right of that central area where Lone Wolf is. They can sweep around to the right here where Colonel Matthews is and push up. But 10th have got 2 tanks in that area now. I can see the 75 and the Stuart right in there. That's going to shut down any push from Chimera at that bottom part there. But certainly Colonel Matthews is going to find him. I mean, you'd have to expect you're going to find infantry everywhere here at the moment, aren't you? But Chimera pushing in the north and south. So they're pincering the point here pretty well. They are actually contesting it because of those sheer numbers they've got around. Here's that 75 now starting to shoot stuff. Matthews and Kanashi had a little bit of a playoff there, and Lone Wolf and now Cheese and Clementine are in there. So, and Matthews has got his OP up, but they're under pressure there on that OP. He's maybe one fence too far there because of how quick Chimera got into the point, and they're starting now to really smash into the 10th the 10th assault here, shutting down maybe. I don't know. Matthews is actually pushing in through the city pretty well there. Airbags and Paradox are the only ones left on the church there. Something from Chimera killed them all. The Stuarts pushed all the way forward here, and it just got smashed, absolutely smashed by, what was it? I'm expecting, yeah, there's a tank up there. So a Panzer IV is up there, and it's just hit that Stuart. Good intel there provided by the Chimera team has picked that off. I can't see the 75 right now. Where the hell did that go? Oh, there it is down underneath us, and it's marked now as well. We've got artillery coming in, not really hitting anything at the moment. Chimera really pressed the advantage here up in that north sector. 10th left that fairly open. Oh, actually, I think what's happened is that truck that got smashed up there. Yeah, it is a transport truck. I can just see it almost center of screen now. Chimera have nailed that, probably with a bunch of troops in it. Really put 10th on the back foot. And you can't afford to go that far forward, that deep. All right, you can't afford to go that deep in a truck in comp matches because some bastard always has a rocket, don't they? All right, so 10th have got the work to do now. Where Panic and Brandy, Spherical and Maxius, Brian died, but they're getting shredded a little bit down here. 10th have got that capture point in there where Colonel Matthews' squad and plus extras are. So they're holding their own in the city there. But, geez, the numbers there, they have to hold that with. Chimera are going to cap the point. They're going to get first blood here. Interested to see now as we back off a little bit here. We're going to rip around. So Ikbella is up the north there. He's going to try and sweep in north of Chimera. He's got that big open field to go across up there. A bit harder than trying to go in from down the south here, of course. Nobody in the back lines there from 10th, but certainly Chimera is starting to sweep around the back of the 10th lines, and they're cutting off the line of supply between Artillery Battery and Sainte-mere-eglise. They've actually cut that off pretty well. There's a tank racing around up there. I wonder if that's an Angry Luke's. Do love a good Angry Luke's, and I think it might be. Oh, it's just got rocketed at. That's a Luke's for sure. Elena has just tried to nail that Luke's on the way through. Hasn't managed to pick it up, unfortunately. Well done to 10th, though, here by just Maximus left to kill here. They'll close off this slicing that Chimera did of the supply line. Luke's is a bit angry. Oh, it's taken one of the rocket there. Again, a rocket in the arse there. Maximus has managed to satchel, I think, that area. Someone from Maximus' squad. There's the Luke's racing off. Where's he shooting? Oh, he's just angry at something. Oh, no, he's actually shooting at a transport truck. All right, there you go. Nice work, nice pickup there from the Lukes. He's going to, there, that's the truck dead now. Nice little kill from the Lukes. A couple of people had a go at it. One of them's hit it. It'll probably just slip around the back there now and repair. Warbeard's going to try and chase that down. I can see that now. Chimera still don't have control of the church. Airbags is in there, and he'll probably stay there until he's dead. I don't reckon he'll redeploy or anything out of there. It's not going to cost him much to keep him in there, pissing off the Chimera guys. But 10th are now starting to. They've lost this first play. They were pressed back just enough by Chimera. Good first assault by Chimera there, by the way. So regaining their prestige about their attack. After last weekend's unfortunate loss, this is what they want to see. They want to see a good start, a good solid start here, and that's what they've done. Now 10th, of course, with all the work to do right now to try and press Chimera out of the chapel. You know what? They've got an hour and 21 minutes. 10th, take your time, guys. Take your time. Work the numbers, work your angles, get yourself squared away here. Don't take an hour to get there. And good work there. We can see already they're just starting to trim down the Chimera guys up north here where Mav is. But look at that squad from Maximus there is just whipping around the back as quick as, and they're just starting to cause problems up there again. And this is where Chimera do very well. They're very agile in the way they move around. And it's great to see. Heavenly squad, of course, now in the chapel itself, just starting to set up. All right, so Mav there with Panic Jam and Milkerite. This is the attacking squad I told you about. But you know what? Maximus is actually taking the initiative around the back there, and he's trimming his way through quite nicely. So well done. Scout's going to be in a bit of trouble up there. 10th are still having a lot of trouble clearing Chimera out of these buildings down here. They're not losing ground, but they're not gaining it either. And it is going to be hard work. Although I think now Chimera is starting to get a bit of momentum here by the look of that. That artillery is just falling a little bit short. It's just fascinating to watch this sort of stuff. You know, the Chimera guys have just been too quick on the feet moving across there. And 10th haven't been able to, you know, it's 25, 30 seconds for artillery to land. Chimera out of there before your artillery gets there. So that's how quick they're moving at the moment. So very, very agile play. Use that term in the military for real, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Agility is a very important factor in warfare. And it is the face of modern warfare. As the Russians are learning at the hand of the Ukrainians, and apologies to any Russians that are my viewers here today, but it is what it is. All right, there's that squad again. So 10th have had to pull back a few extra troops here to try and defend against a nice push here, and it is 2 squads worth here. It's not just that first squad that was there before. It's Mav squad as well that's starting to press out, and you know, again, it's hard work being on the back foot. There is Panic was trying to get in onto that 75. I'm assuming that's a 75. No, that's a 76, ladies and gentlemen. So they've already had to spawn another tank, the 10th. So that tank is already under pressure. It's got a Rocketeer, an Engineer, and as we saw there, Panic with a Satchel, no doubt, trying to chase it down. God, that's hard work, isn't it? It's a struggle. It's a struggle for those tanks to even have anything forward at the moment. So, yeah, you know, really on the back foot here. Chimera now consolidating the church nicely. They've managed to kill poor old airbags that was in there before. And now look around the back here. As I expected, we had the redeploy of this squad to go on the offensive. So while they're getting pressed back away from Sainte-mere-Eglise, poor old 10th, they've got Chimera flanking them already on artillery battery, and they're going to have to pull back another squad here. The 10th guys, they're going to have to pull back another squad to defend against this. We've got 2 squad leaders back here already, and let's have a bit of a look here. There's a good little view of what's going on right now. So Chimera's squad leader, of course, he's down here. He's setting up a truck, supplies there. They're going to get a garrison in there. They've got an attacking garrison there. They'll have another one down here. And this is important here. So for 10th, they absolutely need to shut down Le Verger and artillery battery. They have to control this area here. Whatever you do, 10th, you need to control that area here. Give up on the church for now. Get back here and control. That's what you actually need to do. So, all right. That's what's going on right now. There's a supply truck racing around there. VK doing his thing. He's got a garrison marker down. Warbeard's trying to clear out stuff here for the 10th. You can see the numbers are sort of, it's a bit even at the moment. I'm just wondering, let's go back across and have a look at the Sainte-mere-Eglise Chapel. Let's have a bit of a look here. And we might get in a little bit on the action today as well. Not just stay in a big cam all the time. That's what I was looking for. I was wondering what Colonel Matthews and his crew might do. Not the commander, of course, today, but Colonel's on the attack. And so he's actually bringing a group in. He's going first, though. Colonel, send you guys first, mate. Don't run forward by yourself as the squad leader. So he's pushing forward now, trying to get into what I think is a good area to attack from. I love coming across from this way. Let's get in and have a look why. Let's do that. So we're just going to back up the street here. We've got that area down there you can come through, of course. That's about 200 meters from the point. All right, but there's other spots. All of these doors that are open. All right, there's another alleyway there. Here's Colonel's made through another doorway. And then you're still all covered down there. So you have 3 different ways you can come in. We're about 170 meters, 70, 80 meters out from the point. In the old school, about 200 to 300 feet. And look, more buildings to come through. And then when you get in here, you can hit the ground. You can't get seen real easy from the church. Artillery also fuck you over. But then there's angles here. You can race across the street there and come in up this way as well, where Heavenly obviously knows that, and she's racing back there now to try and defend that area. So that's the area that 10th were trying to get to early on, I think, to try and attack. Ultimately, they've got there now, and they're starting to contest the point. The problem for them is that Chimera are now tapping them on the other point as well, and you can see Chimera are already starting to cap up here. This sector control stuff This is what it's all about for them. They do have numbers up here at the moment, and 10th are going to have to bring back 4 or 5 people. There's 2. They're holding, and they just got fucking smashed. Ha ha! Poor bastards. I hate that. You don't even have time to move your mouse. You get smashed by some bastard, either on artillery or a tank. I'm not really sure. I think that's artillery. Just smashing that area. All right, I'm going to have a little drinky here as we watch a tank battle on the left of screen. Oh, I've got to get in for that, don't I? And there we go. That's a big kill. The Panther has smashed the 76. Oh, the 76! Even though he died, Warbeard has put a rocket in its ass in the back of that Panther because the 76 did some damage to it, and that's both tanks dead. Oh, the Chimera guys would be pissed. They thought they were all over that, but they've pushed forward too far there and been outflanked by a great play by 10th. Unfortunately, though, they are still in trouble on the point here. Artillery battery, oh, they are getting ripped to pieces by artillery at the moment. That Chimera artillery, who the hell is on that today? They are just on point. Probably got about 30 or 40 kills by now. We're going to have a quick look at the 2 artillery groups. Just quickly, there we are. Oh, well, there you fucking go. Das Fuhrer, I said watch out for him. No matter what he's doing, he's a bastard to fight against. And he's on artillery with Obi, and boom, they are just ripping up the 10th attack. They're ripping up the 10th defense. This is just incredible stuff. You want your best players on Artie, and there they are. And here's Harry and Terriger. And so uncontested artillery. Chimera don't care about artillery. I honestly think too much time is spent trying to counter artillery, especially here's an airhead coming in now. This is a Chimera airhead. Is it not? Wait. Oh, yes, it is. So Chimera are going to consolidate this point right now. They're going to capture this with a big spawn in. 10th, look how far back they have to actually go. Here's a bomber run coming in as well. There's a medium tank. That looks like a 75. Boom, something just died down here. Not sure what that was, but it's kaput. Holy shitbags. There's some great shit going on here, isn't there? Really, really good play from Chimera to do what they're doing right now. There's that airhead down. I reckon this is going to be a mass spawn. I just think they're going to pull everybody out of sainte-mere-eglise and slap him onto here right now and just capture the shit out of this. It's a big risk, but I would right now, given that your guys on the point. Jam would be telling them, hey, there's no one anywhere near us here. Bam, there's the first. There's the first spawn in. Oh shit! You know what I've absolutely neglected to do there. Sorry, folks. I didn't have the header up. I took it off before because I was doing filming. So yeah, just so we all know what we're actually watching as we are 15 minutes into the battle. Bloody hell! All right, Chimera's on the left. They're the blue players all the time. They are the Axis. And 10th Mountain are the Allies, and they are on the right, on the orange, and that's what we're looking at. All right, so yeah, I turned that off before I forgot all about it. And lovely to see everybody in chat, by the way. So cool to see you all here. Thank you very much for coming along. This was, you would have seen in the intro video I did, my Dankus was actually going to be the streamer for this, and I wasn't streaming at all this morning. But a window, he couldn't stream, and a window of opportunity came out for me. So yeah, I just made a little thing, wipe it over and put my stream details in there. But by the time you're watching that, you're probably already watching the stream. So here we are. That's a bombing run. I'd assume that was a Chimera bombing run. Yes, it was. So that first bombing run that went through, I thought it was Chimeras. I apologize. That was actually 10th trying to counter things. And I think they did that well. I think they actually counted pretty well there, because you can see there's a 76 coming in front of us right now. I reckon there's a 75 somewhere else on the map, or something down south there. Chimera trying to push up there with Mav's squad there, good attacking squad as I said before. Butterdog around the back there, he's trying to set up some stuff. I think they've lost that garrison there. Yeah, they have. So, or actually, you know what? 10th have done very well here, shutting down a lot of the Chimera stuff. We're just looking now at a garrison that's locked up down this way as well. Chimera's still pressing the advantage on the point because they've got numbers there, but we you know, it's brutally honest at the moment. They are on the back foot. Here's that 76 now. It's got Spherical, who's a rifleman. It's going to go around there and give it a hug. That's what you do when you've got no satchel or rockets. You go around and give it a hug. So that tank's marked. Chimera are absolutely doing the right thing here. You can see they've pincered the attack. Sorry, the defense from 10th. The defense from 10th, as it comes in there where Chuckles and Co are, they're getting pincered from Butterdog and Mav and everyone, while the guys are actually on the point here capturing it, you know, with numbers and no infantry around anywhere. So 10th, big trouble right now for 10th. VK setting up a Gary at the back there. I reckon Scout and Hunter will actually see that, and they'll go and clear that out pretty quick. But big trouble here from 10th. They're not going to be able to counter that at all. Yeah, that's artillery battery. There's the tank gone. Oh, that's a satchel. Panic's got a satchel off, I reckon, and he's died to it. But you know what? I've got no satchel left. May as well respawn. But big kill there on that 76. So that's the 76 gone, I reckon. And 10th are in real trouble here. They got Verges to take, and Butterdog's already in position there to set up a quick search for the 1-2 cap here. I think 10th are going to lose this very quickly. I think they're going to lose it in the next 10 minutes, and it's going to be disappointing if that happens. So prove me wrong, 10th. Bring it back. I want to see this brought back. There's a tank kill as well down the south there. What I was talking about with whatever tank that was, might have been 75 or a Greyhound or something. It just got picked up. Strafe just came through from the axis there. Lovely little side fly pass by the 109. So there we go. And there's the second cap happening right now. You can see the next point's already contested. 10th in huge, huge trouble here. They really need to change what they're doing right now. Chimera are not going to let go of artillery battery anytime soon, by the way. They've got so many people on there right now, and they've still got all those other folks setting to come forward as well. So 10th are in a lot of hurt right now. They are not at all doing what they need to be doing. Let's get across here and have a bit of a look to see what 10th have got to offer. You can see they all have to spawn on the midpoint because they can't actually spawn up here at the moment. Maybe they can. Oh, there's a few coming in from up north. Pell's going to nail Matthews, I reckon, as Matthews gets to walk in. Oh, no, it might be the other way around. Yep, he did. He got him as well. So Pell's up there cutting off the line of supply that 10th would be looking to feed into Le Vergers to try and control that. It's such big problems here. Big problems here for the 10th. They're just getting picked apart. Absolutely brilliant play by Chimera here. And it's just been really good agile play as well. They've had their couple of people racing around doing what they need to do. Actually like setting up spawn points and giving multiple angles for the team. VK, as I said before, was doing that. Butterdog, I've just watched him doing that as well. Couple of great attacking squads there, though. You know, that's always going to make it hard for any team. Look at this artillery hitting artillery badge. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. They've got nobody there to capitalise on that, but fuck me, that looked cool, didn't it? All right, so great artillery. Probably a bit excessive there, to be honest. I don't know what their resources are like, but I look at Chimeras right now and they're really thin. So I reckon, you know, maybe a little bit excessive there on the artillery. You could probably afford to just have one gun shooting in there. Because the problem's not there at the moment. The problem's on the next point. The problem is up at Le Vergers. And, wouldn't it be nice for 10th to have like a half track right now, or an airhead or anything that they could use to bring that agility in, but they're on static defense lines at the moment, trying desperately to hold off a relentless Chimera assault, which is now capturing the last point, and they're capturing it even though 10th have got most, a lot of people near the center. Chimera have got this. It's not going to change here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately for the 10th Mountain Division, unless they pull something miraculous out of the hat, they are going to lose this within 30 minutes, unfortunately, by some very, very strong, aggressive play from Chimera. Really, really, really brought their A game to this match, haven't they? Bubbles there, trying to run across the open field. That never works. Brian, a little bit smarter, goes to the fence line, hoping that bullets get stopped by fence poles. They generally do sometimes. Depends on how good a shot the other person is. So, look, they're lobbing in rockets. They're desperately trying to change how this plays out. Corsair, great kill there. It's not over, but look at the numbers on the field right now of Chimera near the point compared to 10th. Let's have a look around the back here, see what's going on there. Got a tank coming in. That might make a difference. Oh, they're just starting to cap now. Big spawn wave. There you go. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have 1 hour and 6 minutes to go, and this is 10th Mountain Division's comeback. This is what I want. Come on, 10th Mountain. Bring the fight to them. That's a double kill there, Melk and Paradox. All right. 10th have got to control that north area straight up. They would see that the troops are coming in. They've got control over the point now by the look of that. They've got numbers in there. Still should have somebody on the attack. And they do kind of have people floating on the outlying areas there trying to clear out infantry, but I don't think they've got an attacking squad anywhere. It's just been so hard. But look, infantry's marked. That sounds like a Is that precision strike? No, it's just a supply drop. All right, no attack at the moment at all. We'll just do a quick run around then and have a look. We've got a couple of people moving out, but here comes a Panther as well now onto the point. So 10th have held. They've got their entire team at Le Vivages right now. So they have to control this point. So, oh, geez, I was sweating a little bit there for 10th. Good that they've come back right now. Big kill on something just then. I think that was the tank from the Chimera team. The Panther just shot whatever that is, the 76 or 75. Yeah, that was 75. And it's now looking a little bit worse for wear. And that'll put them back a bit because that Panther now will start to press the point. And now I might actually have my drink. It got all exciting there, and that was about 10 minutes ago. Having a quick drink. We'll just watch this for a sec. Okay, awkward silence is over. It's where you need co-casters, ladies and gentlemen. They fill in the voids when you are paused, which we all love a good chat, don't we? Okay, the Panther now trying to rip around the back, I guess, and cut down those lines of supply for the 2010. Here we go, 76 versus Panther. Somebody mark something. The Panthers they're just, anybody, can you not see the tank? There's a fucking tank in front of you. Oh dear. That's a first hit. There we go, 76 has managed to hit the Panther. Panther's in real trouble. 76 should have just stopped and boom. Oh, he's hit it wrong. The Panther lives. This has got to be bad. He's got to kill it right now. Oh, the 76 with a fail. Oh my goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. That was terrible. Had the drop on the Panther. Rear shot. Oh, look, I've fucking done it. What am I talking about? I've been that 76 before. Oh, but you don't want that in comp, do you? Oh, dear. All right, look, okay, disclosure. I have been the 76 before with the Muppet shots that have ended up, ambushing somebody and dying because I'm shit at ambush. I've done that with infantry too, where I've put a whole MP40 clip into somebody and still not killed them. They've turned around and one-shot me. All right, the Chimera guys, though, 2 Panthers on the field right now. So they're trying to press this for the win, but we'll just see how we go. We'll just see how we go here because that 76 might have made a difference here for 10th, but they do hold the point pretty strongly, don't they? I mean, they're not going to give it up now. They've not without a big fight, I reckon. That Panther's going to cause them real troubles there. Milk's trying to get in there and put satchel in just to see if we did one. Did he get a satchel off? No, he did not. So this is where you start to see those sneaky buggers that play Tarkov all the time actually trying to get in with their satchel. So at this stage, no satchel for the point there for the 10th to worry about. It will mean GG's for them. If Chimera get a satchel in there, it'll be GG's for them. I mean, there's lots of stuff coming in at the moment. Chimera could really saturate this point right now, put artillery around where Colonel Matthews is, put tank rounds into the front there, and then just run in with their infantry, shooting at stuff as they go. And I think they're trying to do that. You can see down here, Boygnant is repairing the Panther that was damaged before. But look, whoever that is, that's a machine gun. There he is. Oh, Fable. Whoa, way set back. That's a great setup point. He's just shredded everybody that was trying to flank that tank. Who's in that tank? We'll get that, have a look at right now. Mugshot, Hulakuja, and a Torque. Anyway, good stuff there. So Chimera really playing well here. There's no question of that. And they needed to not win this one this morning in particular, not just for this comp as well, but for their prestige to be able to come back. 10th really need to try and bring this now, but I don't think they're going to. Unfortunately, you can see that Chimera have just rolled in with weight, and they're just starting to turn the point right now. Just starting to do that contested thing, do a little bit of blinking. 10th is still doing okay. They're just getting trimmed out slowly. These guys. Look how many guys they had to spawn way back here. Being held up by 2 or 3 people way back here. And that gives Chimera the chance to surge the actual point itself with 2 tanks, mind you. So we'll get back across there and have a look at that. Chimera now rolling the point. So I think this will be GG's. They've got 10th, they've got that one spawn around the back, and Butterdog's just cutting into pieces already around the back here. Spherical will get around there. He's looking to see. No, he's missed the OP. Yeah, look, there's a couple of folks around the back here. Nadig, Nadig's jumped a fence. Nadig's jumped a fence and killed Butterdog. Nice kill there. Spherical there. Kimmy. Oh, there's the satchel on the point as well. I did mention that, but in Butterdog's satchel, did it pick up that OP? I wonder. Yes, it did. There's the OP gone. So this will be GG's now. So it's taken a little bit. 10th came back about 6 or 7 minutes ago, but it wasn't enough. Chimera are just too good at this multi-axis attack with dual Panthers. There's fucking... that was a rocket destined for something over the back there. So, yeah, okay, that's probably aiming for artillery. You can see the Chimera guys now. I've got the point. They've got 2 Panthers, 1 north, 1 south. This will be GG's. That Panther up there is getting hits. It doesn't really care at this stage of the match. They're not going to kill it on a frontal assault there. Paradox is trying to get in with a satchel. That'll be what he's trying to do. But Obi's going to pick him up as soon as he jumps. Oh, no! Well done, Paradox. Paradox with the chance of the satchel. He's going to go for the tank. That probably isn't the right thing to do. There's the airhead, the obligatory airhead to ensure the capture for Chimera. We've got a bomber runs everywhere. Everybody's got resources apparently. Chimera a few more than 10th. Holy shit. Just stuff all over the place. This will be GG's now. So well played, Chimera. Commiserations to the 10th, of course, for that loss. But that was definitely a Chimera win, that one. Gosh, they played well there. They really did. Who are we giving that to? Who got that satchel off? I don't really know, actually. I don't know. I don't know who I want to give it to tonight. We'd probably give it to Heavenly's defensive squad. There you go. Defenders don't get enough love. So these are your teams, folks. This is your crew. Let's just have a quick look evenly and have a look at who we've got there so you can see who was in what particular spot. I always do like to show that. We can get rid of the header now as well. And look at that. That's how you level up Tank Commander, ladies and gentlemen. Rank 10. Thanks for coming. Back into it. There it is. There's some more of the teams there, and we'll scroll down a little bit further and have a look at the other parts. So this has got a 15-minute delay, this stream, of course. So the last 15 minutes there, probably not as thrilling for the 10th guys as it would have been for the Chimera to watch. But look, I'm glad you could all join me. We'll just rip across to the front page again now. Make sure I've got my game face on. There I am. Meh. All right. Well done to Chimera. Commiserations to 10th. What does that look like? Just having a look at the group pool now. And actually, we'll get ourselves off that main screen. We don't need that music anymore. And so, look, that brings Chimera up now to 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 bye. And they got 5 capture points there. So that brings them up to 10 points. That's looking pretty good for them. So they'll be moving forward towards finals, I reckon, at this stage, and I'd expect that given all this comp practice that they've had this year and the skills that they've acquired over the last few months. 10th, of course, down here, 2 losses, now 3 losses, so that means the tournament is effectively over for them. I think they play 1 more from memory. They do 5 rounds, if that's right. I don't know. There's something match schedule here. No, I don't know where it is. Anyway, there's someone could probably write it into chat. Week 5, there you go. So week 5, we'll actually see 10th back against GBI in match 9, and Chimera will be there against. Oh, who would that be? It wasn't that group because that's changed now. OPBHB. So Chimera will play OPBHB in week 5, which is next weekend. And hopefully everybody picks a better time slot than 12 o'clock on a Sunday, or 12:30 on a Sunday. The GBI and 10th match as well next weekend. So that's what we should look forward to for next weekend. And then, of course, after that, you go into different rounds of finals and things like that. And I'll have to find out a little bit more about how that structure actually works now as we're getting into the business end of things and we know who's going to sort of progress and who's not. That was sainte-mere-eglise. I am your host, Noppers. That was Chimera and 10th Mountain. That was a good match for Chimera, not so good for 10th. Tonight at, what is it? 2100 hours Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Chimera play against somebody. Who is it that they're playing tonight? Well, let me see, because I'm streaming that one, baby, and I'm happy about that as well. So, we will get a look at that tonight. It is not 82. It is not 80. Yes, it is. It's 82 AD and Chimera. Oh, I'm really looking forward to that one. I haven't seen 82 play before in a stream I've done. And it's Purple Heart Lane night. Woo-hoo. All right, folks, I was your host. That was the stream. Let's get ourselves across and see if there's anybody else worth raiding. There should be some other matches going on right now. Blue Rose Jelly's there, so we're going to hit blue. We're going to hit blue with a raid in 15 minutes. So by the time you're hearing this, we'll be raiding it. Thanks for watching, ladies and gents, and I will talk to you again soon. Goodbye for now.